I hear from people who are not from what I do call the art music scene. They generally regard art music as a good thing, a feature of culture, procrastinate, or just simply refuse to go to concert. It's common to think that the next step is simply going to this concert, but if it feels bad to go, what's probably happening is that you don't know what the next step is. In this short, I'm going to attempt to address what those next steps might be for you, and what steps we have taken as new music admirers and new music writers to come to a place of adoration or passion or intimate familiarity with new music and the practice of listening.
Excellent. And how about new music? What's your opinion of this contemporary music?
I like it. I've learned to love it.
How'd you do that?
Just listening. You know, I wasn't too much in tune with it till working here, but after a while it grew on. It grows on you.
And this preconception that people need to have a certain understanding of new music in order to be able to like it. But I would say that there are plenty of music lovers who just all they need to do is listen to the music, and they'll find things to appeal to them.
People come to a concert by the Philadelphia Orchestra and there's a piece of mine on it. I don't know what expectations they're coming with. It can be a problem if they just say, well, get the new thing over with, I just want to hear the Brahms or whatever. But then I guess I would hope there's something in the sounds that they hear in my music that would attract their attention and say, oh, well, this is worth listening to also.
I didn't even sort of understand why people liked listening to music until about 11th grade, when things suddenly snapped and I turned into a voracious listener of almost exclusively classical music.
Well, as a teacher, my primary goal is to get students to be engaged by the process of live music making. Just getting them to appreciate the music is not something that you turn on with an electronic switch, but that as a physical experience, being in the room with musicians, and also a spiritual experience because you've got live musicians who are actually doing something in front of you.
I had played the violin in elementary school and middle school. The performance aspect of it was a big disincentive to me because it was work. It was, okay, Jim, you have to play your violin, 45 minutes of practice today. And I think that was one of the contributing factors to me not liking to listen to music, because music was work. And it was after I'd gotten away from being an orchestra and had, the first 3 years of high school to let that all erode away and music not be a pain and a chore, that I was able to start liking listening to music again.
I'm a lot less concerned with what kind of music they listen to than that they get how important it is to see live music. I mean, I think in the case of theater, it's a little bit more obvious that there's a distinct art form. I think people in the theater world sort of recognize that theater is one thing and film is another thing. I think in the music world, so many people have lost a sense of live music making that they just don't get it. They don't think there is anything to music besides putting on their iPod or downloading whatever it is. And so I think that's my primary task as a teacher, is just to sensitize them to that. Now, when you're teaching music majors, you're preaching to the converted already, because these are people who've already spent a lot of time playing their instruments, and they do get that. They don't need help with it.
While there is an energy and something irreplaceable in a live concert, a recording lets you actually get everything right.
My music tends to be very rich in detail, and I'd like to think it rewards close listening and repeated listening. Like most of the music I love and admire, music of the past and present.
Balinese gamelan, Indian classical music, underground rap.
A lot more jazz, like alternative rock, soft rock.
American shape note, electronic music, particularly music concrete. Charles Ives.
Holst the Planets, and music from Star Wars, and 2001. Sorry, also Sprach Zarathustra.
World of 20th century art music, if you will. I hate that term, but I guess classical is really not accurate either. It seems to imply a non-art music.